Hello everyone and welcome back to the UK Koi channel. And today I am a bit gutted. I've made a mistake and that mistake has resulted in roughly 200 to 300 of my koi fry dying. And here's what this mistake resulted in. These are two of my Sankei fry here. And like I said, I've only lost 100 or 200 out of the thousands, but I'm just feeling a bit down on myself. I know it isn't that bad, but you know, I just feel bad having lost these fry. Now, usually I would be too disheartened by this. It is quite normal when raising koi fry to lose around 200-300 over the course of a few weeks or a month. But unfortunately, I've lost 200-300 over the course of about 2 days. And the reason I'm really kicking myself about this is I just realised it'd be a problem and I'd actually come here today to fix it. And that problem involves oxygen levels in the pond. Now, it had occurred to me over the last couple of days that as the weather gets hotter, the oxygen levels in the pond would drop. Now, those of you that keep fish would be aware that when temperature increases, the oxygen level drops in the pond, as oxygen is not as easily dissolved into the water. And for those of you that aren't aware, basically, fish need oxygen in the water to survive, and when temperature increases, this oxygen can drop. So you have to increase the oxygen flow into the water to help compensate for this sudden drop. And unfortunately, I was a day late to do this. It had just hit me. I just ordered a new air stone. One of the troubles I had was all the air stones that I had were simply too small, and therefore the airflow going through the stone would have been too strong for the fry and could have killed them through that. So I had ordered a new air stone and it arrived today. I was about to install it, but when I walked over to the pond, I could see plenty of fry piping at the surface. And having seen the fry were piping at the surface, my heart instantly sunk. I knew straight away that they'd already started to run out of oxygen, so I jumped straight on it. I grabbed the net, grabbed the bucket, and catched up as many fry as I could out of the pond and started moving them back into that old pond over there in the corner. Now, at that time, I was just panicking. I was like, how many have I lost? Have I lost all of them? And upon further assessment, luckily, I've only lost about 20 or 15% of the fry. I still have around 80%, which is about 3,000 of them roughly, but I've lost a few hundred to be exact. And to be completely honest, I'm not completely heartbroken, but it's just a massive step back for me in my project of breeding my fry. And you know, it's going to be taking a few more weeks now to really fix this issue. Of course, I want to document it for you so we can all learn from it. I know some YouTubers don't like to document their losses of their fish, either because they don't want to show it to their followers, their subscribers, or because they want to cover it up. But me personally, I like to document it for my subscribers so that we can both learn from it. Of course, I am happy that I have only lost so few, but it is a bit of a learning curve for me and it has set me back to square one since they are back in the pond they were in previously. Now let's take a walk over to the pond now so I can show you the state that it's in currently and talk about my future plans for the fry. Let's walk over now. And here we are at the pond. As you can see, there's very few fry left in here. There's probably about 100 still in here that I haven't been able to catch out yet, but they're doing okay. The oxygen levels have sort of come back and resettled. The plants are doing fine. And you know, it's quite heartbreaking to have to take them out of this area, but I guess you live and you learn. Like I said, this is my first ever successful home spawning and my first ever time raising fry this young. So it really is a learning curve for me and sort of learning this new experience. Obviously, I'll never make this mistake again, but it really now has only left me with 2 or 3 options for the fry. Now, my first option is to clear out the tank inside and get them in here. Now, this place is fully hooked up with an air tank and everything. Of course, I will have to turn off the pump and get this all settled, but I know that from an air quality and water quality standpoint, this tank is completely fine for fry. The only precautions I have with that is I'd have to let the fry grow out for a bit longer. Fred is doing fine in here, by the way, of course. We'll do our daily Fred checkup. He is going crazy. It's a bit of a light into my day there, Fred. Yeah, as I was saying, the fry would have to be a bit larger to go in here, just simply because of the filter. I'd rather wait till they're an inch to put them in here, but you know, I might have to come to a point where I've just got to put them in here. Obviously, of course, all these fish would have to go. All the goldfish need to go. I'm not putting them back in my main pond. I don't want any more goldfish in my pond. But for the koi, these guys can go back in anyway. But this is really the first option I have. Now, the second option I have is to leave them in that pond now for a few more weeks and try and sort out that pool over there. Now, this is probably the most realistic option. Sorting the pool out shouldn't be too bad. All I've got to do is get the plants back in and let it settle a bit more and get an air pump running on it for a bit longer and then leave it for about a week and give it another go. However, I'm just a bit skeptical about doing that. Obviously, having now failed using it, I'm not too sure where to go with that. Which leaves me with the third and final option, which is to leave them in that pond over there and then wait till they grow to about an inch and then move them into here. That's really the third option I have with the fry. Of course, I think this is probably the most realistic option, as I'm not going to be able to get all the fish out of here at any time soon. And I think realistically, I'm not risking putting them in there again. So that's really my two options, and that's probably the most realistic one I'm going to be using. Having referenced that pond, let's take a walk over there and see how the fry are doing in there at the moment. And here you are, and as you can see, there's still quite a few fry in here. I had left about 10% of the fry in here. I never put them into the pool, and there is still quite a few set down in the margins, as you can see further on as well. I still have around 2,000-3,000 fry in here. Obviously I'm glad to come up with something new now, because some of these fry are getting too big to be in here. As evidence, like fry like that one there, if you watch the lily pads, you'll be able to see some larger ones coming through. Some of them are getting up to an inch in length now, so I need to get them out here as soon as I can, but I've just taken a huge step back here, and it's really disheartening. I've just moved back inside now because the wind was ruining the quality of the video, but yeah, I'm not too put down. I'm put down a bit. Obviously losing that many fry can be quite disheartening, but I have saved the rest. They're back where they are before, so really I've taken a step forward and a step back. I'm back to square one with this. As I said, this is my first time raising koi fry. So it's really a learning curve for me. I'm learning new things, learning new strategies, and this is something I've learned. I've got to look out for the oxygen crashes that can happen at any point. In this warmer weather, they're highly more likely, especially in a new pond. So it's a real learning experience for me. And yeah, this all stemmed from the ordering of the pump not coming in time. Like I said, the air stones I had were simply too small. I'll give you an example now. As you can see, the flow coming off this pump here is extremely strong, and the flow coming off these two air stones is equally as bad. Now I could have tied a knot in the air pump, sort of in the wire, to make it so the flow was a lot weaker, but that really would have made it so slow that there would have been no benefit for oxygen in the pond. So I decided to order a new one, something that was a bit more flat and a bit larger, and obviously didn't come in time, and therefore that caused me to lose a few fry. Now these guys out here are still fine, they're doing well. The pond's getting clearer now as well. I took a bit of advice from some people in the comments and put some filter floss in there. I had a bit laying around that I wasn't using, put it in the pipes, and it's getting clearer now. You can see a lot more of the fish. The sediment from the mud is going, so that's great news for that. But yeah, those air pumps were just a bit too strong for my personal liking. Of course, I can't end the video without feeding Fred. Hungry as ever, if I can get it to focus on Fred. As you can see, flying out of the water to try and rip my finger off pretty much. The Ogon's getting a lot friendlier as well. That's why I love having Fred in here, because Fred pretty much trains the other fish to, well, there you can see Fred's going absolutely insane, but it pretty much trains the other fish to come up to the surface, and I found that works really well. This Ogon used to be really skittish, never come up to the top, and thanks to Fred, this Ogon's now just as friendly as him. Will come out the water, not quite as aggressively as Fred. I am aware that this is not the highest quality fish, but I've always kept him just because of his personality, really friendly fish. I'm not really someone who's too... I like show fish, but if I can have a fish like this, I'm just as happy. So, of course, that can happen sometimes if you, you know, make any fast movements. But we're getting a bit of food now and getting fed up. There you go, bud. Just spread out where I chuck it so everyone gets a bite of food, even the little guys. There's a lot of goldfish in here at the moment that I'm going to be getting rid of. These are basically from when I first started the pond about 6-7 years ago. Basically, it was only stocked with comic goldfish, and I never got them out. They bred like crazy, and I've got about 50 of them in here. But they're all going now, so they'll all be out of the main pond from here on out. And actually, on the topic of the main pond, let's get some food for them so they can have something to eat. There you guys go. Get some food in there for them. They're doing really well. This is obviously where the fry came from. This is one of the dads here, swimming off that way. And here's the mum right there. I can get a focus on her. There she is, that's the mum of the fish. This is one of the dads as well. Really nice male, this one. The other dads as well are a bit more skittish. You have a harder time seeing them, but yeah, they're all doing really well in here. They're really friendly as well at the moment, but I'm just glad that these guys are all healthy and doing well. And yeah, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to be completely heartbroken. I've lost a couple hundred, but it's a learning experience, like I said. I still have thousands more to grow and rear, to select from and to show you. Now, I could have hidden this, and I just didn't feel like hiding it from you. You know, it just didn't feel right with me. I know some YouTubers do hide it, as I've said. for many reasons. Some don't feel comfortable showing it to people because some people find it quite gruesome, and others hide it to protect their image, to make themselves look like perfect koi keepers, which I don't agree with personally. I think if you have a mistake with your fish, you've got to show it. Not everyone's perfect on the internet, and I think it creates a bad image because I see a lot of these new people getting fish, encountering issues with them, and then seeing all these other people on YouTube having absolutely zero issues at all, and they just feel disheartened because they're like, I must be doing something wrong. And the truth is, you're not. Everyone will lose fish when they start. I lost plenty of fish when I started, albeit about 5, but you can get the point I'm making, is that I think it's wrong to hide those mistakes you make because it makes other people feel like they're in the wrong. But yeah, I think it's something to learn from. I'm looking forward now to raising these fry anyway. I'm not at all abandoning the project. I've still got all the Kajaku fry outside. Those are doing really, really well. They're about 1 inch in length now, they're booming in size, and I've still got thousands of Sankei fry out there ready to go. And it means in next year, you know, I'm going to do bigger and better things. I've got plenty of females now that I can spawn. I'm aiming next year to have at least double or triple the amount of fry I've had this year. And I might even buy in a new female, so let me know down in the comments down below if you'd like to see that. And also if you have any females that I might be interested in buying at all. But yeah, I'm not disheartened at all. It was a bit of a bummer finding it, but you know, I've put the brightest spin on it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to try and anchor through this and get through it, so fingers crossed the rest of the fry that are left, the 2,000 that are left, you know, the 80% that are still there, will do well, get some good content out of them. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.